Hello, I'm David.
Hi, I'm Julie.
Now we're going to do an unboxing of Rogue Dungeon by Cerebus Gate Games, and it's for 1 to 3 players. Ages 12 and up, takes about 30 to 60 minutes to play. Now we did back this on Kickstarter. It's a small publisher. This is the second edition, and there is a digital version of this game as well. So I don't know if they own the digital version or if they've licensed it. I didn't research that. But we do like our dungeon crawl games, but we like the less fiddly ones that don't take a long time to set up.
Yes.
And so I was surprised that that only had 805 backers. I'm surprised it didn't do better. It might be because people just don't know about it. So we try to support small publishers as much as we can, and hopefully the game plays well. So Rogue Dungeon is a 1 to 3 players cooperative dungeon crawler. I forgot that it was cooperative. Originally designed for solo play, it plays like an old school roguelike using hand management, card draw, and dice rolling as primary game mechanics. Explore the map of each dungeon level, encountering traps and fighting monsters. Find treasure and various items such as weapons, armor, magical potions, scrolls, artifacts to aid you on your quest. Gain experience to improve your hero abilities and skills to trade to improve your inventory. Players will need to figure out how best to use your hero's abilities, skills, items, experience, and luck to survive the dungeon. Enjoy even more replayability with new content and game modes such as the tomb and large dungeon maps. Now this is very readable on camera here, but it's dark
in person,
and because we have a lot of light on here.
Right.
And that can happen. No, this is a nice thick box here, and that can happen sometimes with these small publishers. They make mistakes like that.
Did you notice it's like a wall?
Oh, it looks like a wall, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Now, there's already an FAQ on this, so the publisher is responsive to player questions. I guess there is errata on 1 or 2 cards, and there's some explanation on how certain card interactions are. So hopefully there's not too much of that. But there's already an FAQ available. So here's the rule book.
It gives you all the things that are inside the box.
Right. It looks well laid out. This is whether or not are there buried rules. That's what I worry about.
Sure.
Is it going to be hard to reference?
Yeah. I just like it's cooperative.
Yes. It does have examples. That's good. So we have some examples here. Common example 1, 2, over several rounds. Gameplay example. All right, so that's smart. So there's not a lot of rules. And it provides, so what do we have here? 8 pages of rules and a bunch of examples. And then you have some clarification, variants. So it looks like they tried their best. Oh, and here's a reference here. Hero reference, monster special abilities reference. So right there, that's smart too. So right away they're doing some things right. It just depends on how well it's written. Okay, nice thick cardboard. This is better than average. And it is readable. Except right here, that gray is a little hard to see on off camera here.
I like the pink.
Yeah. What is this? It must be something for, but these are different kinds of traps or things or effects. That's the only thing I can think of.
What does the backside say?
Oh, it's just different levels. All this stuff here is 1 on the bottom, 2. So, but they're the same icon. So do you draw them and it's randomized? You can get a level 5 of that versus a level 1. I wonder how that works. Okay, this is nice. Look how nice and thick that is. Hopefully it doesn't.
What is it?
Here it goes. Yeah, dungeon boards.
Oh.
And it's nice thickness.
I like how little it is.
Yeah, because you don't need to have a big map board. You either have it look realistic and you do tactical combat like you have in Hero Quest and Gloomhaven and things like that, right? Or you don't worry about it being tactical where I move 6 squares and are you adjacent?
I like this.
Or diagonal.
Yeah.
Where here you just, okay, you move into the room,
And look, those numbers match the numbers on that board we just saw.
So this is going to be more in the back. Is there backs up in here? Interesting. Do you use the backs here for your... So if you're not playing that dungeon, do you use the back for your setup? That's pretty smart. If you have multiple dungeons. See?
Are they all the same?
Don't know. So it looks like you have...
That looks different than the other one.
Well, it's definitely a different map.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And this is a different setup board.
Yeah, look at that.
So that's cool. You have different modes. You know, that could be... Is that armor, is that weapons, shields? I don't know.
I have no idea.
There's another dungeon map. Obviously, the variation comes into what's these numbers.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just rooms.
Sure.
It has to be how the...
that backing kind of looks similar to that other
Yeah, so that's the same as this. This one's different. Yeah, it's the same.
Are those the same? Oh, yeah, they are.
There's another one here. Because I guess you can use these for your characters when you're not playing with them.
Well, that's kind of cool. Interesting.
So the variation must be in the Roman numerals and the color icons. Okay, so 3 boards, 1 to 3 player game, and you have a different board here with a different map. So, all right. You got your typical dice. The numbers are etched. Very colorful.
Very colorful.
So here's you can open that up, meeples.
What are those? Oh.
And they fit the map well. And we're going to show all the cards. You always got to check the bottom on these. Sometimes game companies will put little secrets.
These are meeples even though they're not shaped like people?
Yeah, here, I'll show on this camera.
Okay.
Okay, so here are... I don't know which ones are characters.
One looked like an outer space type of thing.
And I don't know which ones are...
That one right there. See, does it look like a monster? That green right in the very front?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if... obviously, you're not going to have meeples for every monster.
Right.
So that's where they can save on production. Which ones are for your characters, I don't know. But they're nice. They're stamped. Okay. Back to opening up the deck of cards. You know, it has a pull thing here, but you still got to get it going.
Right.
There it goes. Now the cards are laminate. Okay, so they're decent quality. They don't have a linen finish, which is fine. They don't have to, but they do have a laminate. They have a coating on it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's see the backs here. Okay, so look, see how you had those gems?
Yeah.
Which way does it go? Does it go this way? Yeah. In each room, well, you have decks that match those gems.
Oh, very cool.
Definitely has that fresh off the printer smell.
Oh, yeah.
When we used to publish games, my brothers and I, this is how it smells like an industrial printing place. And I couldn't imagine working around it all the time.
Oh, gosh, no. I don't think I'd be able to breathe.
Let's see what, oh, you got that? Well, let me do it.
I was going to, I got these little guys.
I got to see, though, if it matches these.
Oh, all right.
So, it's too bad you went in a different order. It's all right, honey. She opened up all the small ones first. Okay. Here are the red ones. Oh, look at that. That's scary. Look at that, see?
It is scary.
And level 5. Okay, so you have different... So it must be... I bet you those are bosses.
Oh.
It's different level monsters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming.
Or that's the rounds, maybe.
Really? Oh, they're all 3s.
They're all 3s.
I'm going... I thought...
I don't know what you're doing.
Well, I'm getting confused. So I can tell you right there, you might have trouble figuring out the 1s and the 2s.
Well, it was pretty easy for me to see. I don't even have my glasses on.
Yeah, well, I got a little confused.
Yeah, you did. It's okay. I get confused too.
Now you got some little mini dungeon things here.
Ooh, sorcerer.
And here's some characters.
Oh,
Look
maybe those match the little people that
maybe.
we saw.
Why don't you look up what those little maps are? All right, so let's take a look at each one of these decks here. This is what we pride ourselves on. We do unboxings when it's not too many cards. We want to show you everything.
Those are 12 map cards, double-sided.
Doesn't say what they're used for?
Yeah, it just says map cards. Let me see if I can find even more.
Okay. Let's start with purple. So this looks like encounters. Art looks great. Good. Take a look at that.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
text-
the dungeon map, you randomly choose 5 map cards and place them on the dungeon board.
Oh.
Place the hero meeples on the upstairs icon of the top map card.
Okay. All right, so the text is just large enough to read. Okay, so those, now we're going to do these color cards.
Okay.
So these are obviously rooms.
That's cool.
And it just fits.
Those things look kind of like that Lord of the Ring movie.
Well, it is fantasy based.
Yeah.
And there's one
I don't
more
remember
here.
what they're called, but
I'll put it up here.
okay.
A witch.
No, not the witch. The other ugly
I know.
monster-looking thing.
Okay, if we're going too fast, just pause it if you want to try to see. Here's the red ones. So it's definitely opportunity. There's a lot of description here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know how fast it plays. Encounter.
Well, it said, what was it, 40 minutes or something?
Right, but you know when you're playing your first time.
Oh, it probably takes a lot longer.
So notice those color rooms did not have encounters.
Yeah.
So when you go into a red room, you're likely to get
Gonna do that. I knew
you're
it.
likely to get an encounter. So here you have these two colors. There's traps in one though.
And look, there's like 2 of those and 2 of those
Yeah.
and 2 of those.
So I guess you'll start to learn the colors, and maybe it talks about it in the rule book to give you an idea what you might be. Because if you have 2 ways to go, do you avoid the red room if you can't handle an encounter?
Mm-hmm.
So this one here looks like it has traps and rooms. That's cool.
Picture that in this cube.
That's the blue stuffed animal thing we have.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's just not green.
Okay.
Remember, it's hollow and you can see through it?
Mm-hmm. It was in Dungeons and Dragons,
Correct.
the movie.
The artwork's great.
Yeah, it really is. And I like how it's alphabetical and...
Well, I'm sure you shuffle it.
Oh, I'm sure, but...
There you go. So, a mixture of traps. Looks like.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, look, you're already shuffling it already.
Okay. Not much of this blue deck.
No.
You find a necromancer's scroll, so you can find stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
With an ancient incantation. Discard an armor or weapon and a meaty rib hunk of cheese, loaf of bread, okay, blah, 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 to take a skeleton from the specialty deck or discard, then draw one loot card. Interesting. So they're having fun with it. So that's that one.
Cool. I like it. Another blue deck.
Yeah, by not having the tactical combat is what attracted me to this, because it's like I'm tired of micromanaging every combat. We have plenty of games that do that.
Yeah.
And we've avoided Gloomhaven because it's too tactical, too fiddly. Okay, so those are all those decks.
Yeah.
Now we'll start doing these decks with the monster faces.
All right.
Oh, here we go. That art's nice.
That is really cool.
And there's the stats here. You have a heart, a sword, and a fist. And you got some special icons above. It's a little dark.
Not too bad, though.
Right here, though. It's kind of dark here to see what it is.
Yeah, it's not too bad, though.
You could have increased it, the size of it, to make it more readable.
Yeah, maybe.
Because if you're going to make it this dark, with this busy of a background, let me give you an example here. See how busy that is? It's one thing to have the icon, right?
Yeah.
But now you have an icon with a busy background. It's like right here, I can't even tell what that is. Is that a scroll? What the heck is that?
It's like a paper bag.
So, I know they want to highlight the art, but when you're playing in a room that's not very bright, you're going to have a hard time seeing these icons, I think.
Not all of them have icons either.
Right. And where's the rule book?
Right there.
Where is the icon? Where does it talk about the icons? Is there a reference sheet? Reference card?
I don't know.
So red is monsters or combat. See, there was different things here.
Ah.
Those things I went through.
Yeah.
Those different colors. You can see here. Green are good rooms. But where does it talk about? Right here, it talks about it.
Here's monsters.
Oh, and here they are right here, weakness icons. Now, they should include a card for this. I don't. I'll be disappointed. Am I going to have this page of the rulebook open all the time? Yeah.
Speak to animal scroll. That's what that is.
Yeah, and that's hard to see. What it is, it's a computer graphics, okay? And they do these things in computer games, but it doesn't necessarily translate well onto cards.
Oh. Hey.
That's
sir.
Whoever did those icons obviously work on video games. Because that's what it looks like. It looks like a video game icon.
Well, you would know.
Yeah, that needs to be more readable. And is there a reference card for it? We'll find out. If not, that's disappointing.
Those look pretty scary.
How about this? The next fire.
No. I was hoping to go through a game with no spiders. That's such luck.
Well, if it doesn't have the icons, I'm sure something will be somebody on Board Game Geek will produce something that can be printed out.
Yep. Oh, another spider. What in the world? Why?
Outstanding art, though.
It really is good. It's very scary.
4. So this is level 4.
Oh, okay.
Previous one was level 3. I assume it gets tougher.
Probably.
That says 13 there?
Yeah, I see 13.
Okay, see, that's a problem with the font.
I see it.
Yeah, I know, but it could be... See how that 3 is so close? They needed more spacing there.
Nah.
It does.
Nah, I can see it easily. It looks like a 3.
From a distance, it looks like a B.
I'm over here, and I could see it as a 13 with my glasses on.
Okay. I disagree.
That's okay. You can disagree. We don't always have to agree on things.
See, like that 5, it's kind of hard to read from a distance. These icons are, the coloring is problematic. You could have lightened up that gray more, or darkened it actually maybe more and made the gold more gold.
Maybe, yeah.
Again, it's all about readability.
I agree. Ooh,
See,
look how scary he looks.
The spacing is too tight. That 1 and 2. I know it's a 12, but it's definitely, it looks like an R from a distance.
Look how scary he looks.
Yeah.
Ugh. Goodness sakes.
Now look, you have this here, right? Drown, absorb, attack.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you put text here, but why not put text here?
They did. Poison and berserk.
Not for this. Not for these icons. See what I mean?
Because they did differently.
I know they did it differently.
I don't know. I didn't make the game.
I'm just pointing out that if you're not going to have the icons on the back of here, and then you're going to have some text here, why not do it for those other icons too?
I don't know.
I just want to make it as easy to play as possible.
Yeah,
Some people want to say, well, you're nitpicking. Yes, I am. But if I put this on the shelf for 6 months after I play it once, and I go, you know what, I don't want to deal with relearning this game again and all the icons. It will stay on the shelf, and I won't show it to other people. So then they will get a decrease in sales because people won't be playing this game with their friends as much. How do games become popular? Because they keep on playing with their friends, and their friends get it, and they play with their friends, and then it just grows from there. But if it's a game where if it's a pain in the ass to learn, and you play it once or twice, and it sits on your shelf, and then you decide, what do I feel like playing? And you look at that game that was a pain to play in the past, you're less likely to play it again.
These are really big bad guys. Their hearts are 24,
Yeah.
20, 30. This guy has a 30.
Yeah, these are
26, 25.
obviously bosses.
But bosses.
You know, I like that the text is here. Poison, insanity, summon soul gazer.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. That's great. And there are numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's why, because they had to assign a number to them.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to tell you.
Okay. Here are the maps. Let's show the one side first. Anything you can do in your game to make it easier for people to play.
Just go down there. Yeah, I get it.
They were more likely to play it and show other people.
I understand.
And when you've seen me give my presentation on writing rule books, when I ask people, are there any games on your shelf? When you walk by and you say, I don't want to play that game again because it was a pain to learn the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I said, how many of you have games like that on your shelf? Almost everybody's hands go up.
That's true.
Okay?
That is true.
And how could that have been solved? Have the icons on the back.
Yeah,
That's all you had to do.
I agree.
Or give me a card with the icons. Okay, so there you go. So it's very interesting. How do those cards work with these map boards? I don't know.
I don't know.
Is this a variant? I think they did talk about a variant. All right, so here are the different characters. Very generic, and that's okay. You can only do so many variations on a fantasy theme.
Mm-hmm.
Very computer generated looking, and that's fine. It's the style of the game.
It's cool.
It works.
Yeah.
Okay,
I have no problem with it.
we'll turn it over.
Now we got all these little teeny weeny cards to go over.
Oh, okay. So there is a male and a female version.
Oh,
so we'll show the opposite.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, that is good. There we go.
Nice.
We got a bunch of small cards.
A lot of small cards. Like a lot.
Well, there's a lot of value here. This was
know.
a $40 game.
Yeah, no, it's...
And I think we got our money's worth.
I think so.
Now, we won't think that way if we don't like it.
This is true.
Now, looks like there's character decks here. From a value, I'm not complaining. So each character has a deck, it looks like. Any other characters in those decks? No?
There's this, I guess she's a character.
Yeah, she is.
And everything else is like a box.
Interesting. So this was the way it came from the manufacturer. All right, let's go through each deck. So whoever this is again. I don't know how you access these cards. Is it something you start out with?
Oh, like hunk of cheese.
Do you acquire as you move up experience? I don't know.
I'd be very happy with the hunk of cheese.
So here's this person here. Again, do you start with it, or do you acquire it over the game?
Oh, puppy.
Or both?
Right.
Okay, here's this guy.
See, this goes good. The ale and the cheese. I like this.
Here's this person. All right. So this person uses spells. I think this is a sorcerer.
Yeah, it looks like it.
All right. Okay, and it shows both versions of the character on the front, which is good.
Yeah, it is cool.
That's smart.
Mm-hmm.
And the text is readable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's smart. You have black on white with a white outline.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to have a background where the whole card is a picture, you've got to do techniques like that. So that was smart. So you don't hear me complaining about that. Who was that?
I don't know.
That was that person. Okay.
Let me see if I can find who that is.
Oh, did I? Okay, I think we're missing some of that one. Look.
That was Aristocrat.
Find out more characters for that because we're missing some. It must be in the deck that we haven't gone through all the way. So here's this one. Because each character has 7 cards. Okay, it has to be more of that one.
Yeah, these are all the same.
Unless it's a different counter mix for that player, the monk has less cards.
Be. I mean, that's everything.
Okay, so maybe the monk has less cards. Or, see if you can look in the rules. That's all we have for the monk. 4 cards. Unless it's something we're missing. That's this person. Let me make sure we're not missing anything here. Everybody had 7 cards. So if it says character cards, just tell me the number.
I'm looking character cards. I see loot cards, curse cards, specialty cards, starting loot, double-sided hero. No, those are the big, huge things.
Let me see, please.
Sure. I'm not seeing anything.
So 67 starting loot cards. Okay.
Are those loot cards?
Yes. There's 10 hero cards, so it'd be 70. Yeah, so there are, based on that number there are 3 less monk cards, because 10 times 7 would be 70. There's 10 hero cards. That means there should be 70 starting loot cards, but because there isn't, and we're missing 3 monk cards, the monk only has 4.
All right.
So, there you go.
Weird. Why would you gyp the monk? That's not cool.
Well, monks in some cultures are supposed to take a vow of poverty.
Oh.
So that could be done that way to represent culture,
I see.
history. Okay, so you have different item cards here. Okay.
And then those are all boxes.
All treasures. All right, let's do
treasures.
Let's do the sword first. Well, it shows a sword, but everything are swords. Now, see, that's very readable. That just pops.
Yeah.
That's well done. Right there. That color separation
cool.
is good. Now, this could be hard to read here. Excuse me. If you look right here, when you have this, it gets lost here in low light. See?
No, I mean, I can read it fine, so I don't
Well, because we're zooming on a camera, that's brightened. I have to come 1 foot away to read this. I cannot read it from here, 2 feet away. So you gotta, it's harder to read from a distance.
Gotcha.
So that's my complaint right here, is this white background does impede some of that text. Okay, here's the glove. It's from the album Smell the Glove by Spinal Tap.
Stop it. I knew you were going to do that. Don't do that.
What?
It's
a bad album?
Yes. It's a bad album cover.
They never released it, Julie.
I know, but still.
They released it as the Black Album.
Which was smart, because it was bad.
I could have gotten that t-shirt when I saw them in concert back in...
You should have.
92. I saw Spinal Tap live. This is before we started dating.
Yeah, right before we started dating.
It was that June or July.
Well, we started dating in August, so...
Because on that trip, I saw Spinal Tap in Phoenix, Rush the next day in Phoenix, and that Sunday, we saw My Cousin Vinny.
Oh my goodness. That's cool.
Yeah, a very, very enjoyable weekend.
Sounds like it.
Okay. Now these are readable. It's up right there.
Yeah.
You can see issues right there with the background.
And then your life changed in August and you never looked back?
I don't remember.
Stop
I've
it.
been drinking the whole time since then.
Shush up.
Drinking water, of course.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay. What?
Okay, so here are the last deck here.
Oh, geez, that's a lot of cards.
Well, that's good. There's a lot of variety. That means you won't be encountering the same things over and over.
True.
But it could be an issue with, hang on.
He's having allergies big time right now, guys.
Yeah, luckily I haven't been coughing too much on camera. Now, when you have this many cards, it could be an issue of it being too swingy.
Oh.
Like, oh, I hope I get this card that I need. And when you have, I don't know, is it 72 cards? Look up how many cards it is, I'm guessing. And if you need something, and if a deck's this big,
are those loot cards?
it looks like it.
94.
Okay, 94. And there are duplicates, but it could be an issue unless you can search for things you need, or you draw 4 cards and take the one you want. That's how you alleviate swinginess. You just allow so many cards to be drawn, and you take the one you like.
The one that had the hand background were specialty loot cards,
Okay.
and the ones with the cross or the sword were cursed loot cards.
So when there's 94, going to be an issue
Yeah,
where you don't get what you need when you need it.
true.
Or look at how many duplicates there are.
Yeah.
Wow, I got another of this card, but I don't need it, or it's not helpful to have a second one.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to do the next group
Oh,
here.
it's 1d6 and 3d10s.
Yes, here. Okay, last group of cards here. These are still the loot cards.
Do you want me to try and keep them in any type of order?
You just need to have them all go in the same direction, please.
All right, I can do that.
Like, for instance, Potion of Healings, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's only 4. Out of, did you say 92 or 94?
I don't think I said that much. I said 94. I guess I did.
So 4 out of 94. That's not even a 10% chance you'll draw it.
Oh.
There would have to be about 9 to 10 of them to have a 10% chance you draw a healing potion.
Ooh, a loaf of bread. See, bread, cheese, and wine. It's my kind of game.
So we'll see. Because already I read a posting about how to make the game easier.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it could be they're not playing it right, or they don't haven't figured out the best strategies, or it could be that it's a hard game.
Yeah.
Because since it's meant to be solo or cooperative, they might make it harder than it needs to be,
Oh,
or on purpose.
right.
So I could already see if you are not drawing, if you're drawing from a deck of 94, I could already see having to do a house rule that you draw more than you need and you pick.
Yeah.
I can see that happening. Because there's just so much variability with these cards
Oh, I like the background on that.
that I could see that your game might not go well if
Yeah.
you don't draw what you need when you need it.
I
So here you
think
go. That's Rogue Dungeon. We will try this on camera.
Yeah.
And we do like to support smaller companies.
Yes, we do.
And you can see why I was attracted to it. It looks good. We'll see how it plays in
Looks
the
like
future.
it could be fun.
All right, thanks for watching.
Thanks so much, you guys. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.